Hi everyone, can you please confirm whether I'm audible and visible? A quick confirmation, please. Once I get to know the same, I'll definitely begin with the session without any delay. So, here we are today to discuss very quickly, without wasting much time. We are going to talk very quickly about the June FMG exam. And this is, I think, something which was much due ever since the result was declared. So, now we are going to talk about what exactly to do going forward. So first and foremost, I have got two things for you guys today. एक तो I have got an entire timetable which might help you in streamlining the next say 40-45 days at least to begin with, so that how should you do one entire round of revision. That is what is going to be there. And apart from that, I will also give you information about what should you be doing for path and micro, because I know those are the main subjects that you're worried about. I mean, at least from my side. So first, let me actually address that only. Many of you are wanting to know what needs to be done for pathology and what needs to be done from micro. And just like this is hardly, whatever I'm going to tell you is hardly going to take less than like 5 or 7 minutes. So I'll just quickly wrap this up. I'll give you a timetable. I'll tell you what is the status for path and micro going forward. And after that, we will, take up any questions that you guys have regarding your strategy or any difficulty that you're facing. So jaldi se pehle, let's just finish off this whatever little bit information I have that I wish to give you. So regarding path and micro, what are you supposed to do? So sabse pehle, now we have two set of students. Some of you might be plus users and some of you might be on an academy. You might be taking help of the special classes. So special class ke liye also I have already given links on the Telegram group which are available. You can refer to those for path and micro. And for the plus classes, now there are two things. Plus classes mein ek to full course has already been conducted. So in case you are a plus user, you already have access to the full course. Today I'll post all the links all over again. Okay? All over again I will post the link so that just in case you've misplaced them तो एक जगह फिर से आ जाएगा. ठीक है. So full course is already conducted, and then obviously a shorter course is going to be conducted. That is going to be in the month of April. So starting April 1st, for approximately 10 or 11 days, we are going to have a session of path and micro on the plus platform, which will take care of a crash course for pathology and for microbiology. So up now it is totally your wish, whatever you want to follow. Either you can follow the plus classes, there will be a fresh crash course in that, and full course I have just recently done, so that is available. Special class ke links that I gave you for the January exam, that is also available. That is for path and micro. And of course you all know, as we get closer to the exam, somewhere around April and May, we will always have like extra sessions which I will take as always over YouTube and over special classes. वो तो चलेगा, there is not going to be any doubt about it. So as we proceed in our preparation, I will keep guiding you and keep helping you time to time, whether it's an image based session or just mnemonics or whatever is needed, वो हम करेंगे, right? तो अब बाकी के लिए, and for NEET PG students, I will definitely talk to you, but ये वाला session, sorry, this session only for FMG, because NEET students के लिए अभी I was conducting a lot of sessions which were crash course and all ना, तो हाँ, I will talk to you, but just as I wrap up this, ठीक है? Abhi, let's quickly make a timetable for the FMG students. I've tried to divide. I've just given you a tentative timetable, guys. Totally open to customization. But what I've learned from everyone is कि medicine at a stretch कोई पढ़ नहीं पाता. No one is able to study के 7 days, 8 days या 10, 15 days. For that matter, you sit with medicine for 10 days also. Na, medicine is a subject which will never ever, you'll never be able to get up from your study table and say that, yeah, today I have finished medicine. That day is never going to come. So just accept the reality that there is nothing known as I have finished my syllabus. That day will not come. You just have to work around knowing the best. You have to know 75-80% of every subject. So medicine at a stretch agar pada, it becomes very volatile, very bulky and very depressing also, because it's huge, right? So medicine, you will have to divide it. I have kept 1.5 hour. You can even continue with 1 hour, because dekho na, even if I'd say for 2 months, I'm not saying that you go ahead with 3 months also. 2 months bhi agar rose medicine you study for even 1 hour, imagine you have done almost 60 hours of medicine, and that you did not have to give any special extra day for it. Oh, organically, automatically, every day, one hour you are doing. It's like just solving cases. You're reading it as if you're dealing with patients. That is how you'll automatically end up integrating it also. Okay? So this is a promise, and this promise now, there are many students who follow this for 1 or 2 days and then forget about it. This is a promise that you have to make, guys, every day. Time your wish. You want to study morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, night 1 hour, you have to give 1 hour, minimum 1 hour to medicine dena hai. Ideally 1.5, because I thought that you should be doing 1 hour of theory and then 30 minutes of MCQs also you should be doing. Your wish, but 1.5 or 1 hour every day, it's a promise. Everyone who joined in live today, you have to give it. Acha, now that also I've decided and I've kept days. How have I decided? So अब 19 में से कितना subject रह गया? 18 subjects are left. How am I going to divide the 18 subjects? Some subjects are very very bulky, so I have not given you any 2 subject combination. Like for example, I know all of you find physiology a little boring, so I have kept 3 days for physiology and then nothing else. Pura din it's physiology, you don't have multiple subjects. Biochem and pharmac are very very volatile. Same for path and micro. ये हमारे जो basic sciences है, they are very very bulky, very volatile, lots to learn. So I've given you ample number of days. I've given you approximately 3 to 4 days for every subject, and I have not kept anything in the evening. मतलब पूरा दिन बस यही subject is all that you have to study, with of course 1 hour of medicine in the morning, which you are anyway going to do. That is going to be routine. After that, for some subjects, like for example, anatomy, 5 days I've given, but trust me, reading anatomy for 5 days, your mind is going to just burst open. So better है that you integrate it with something. तो anatomy के साथ every day in the evening I have told you कि 1 hour, 1.5 hour थोड़ा सा radio पढ़ोगे. Integration also will happen simultaneously because both the subjects are linked. Ultimately in radiology you have to go and get back and read anatomy. तो जो anatomy में पढ़ोगे for 5 days, please finish the radiology part alongside. So now you are done with most of your basic sciences, and simultaneously your radiology is also covered. And this will really help you because all of you read anatomy and then you read radiology end mein jaake, by that time you have forgotten anatomy. So then it's like unnecessarily troubling your brain over and over again. Hai na? So it's better that we are going to study radiology alongside. Okay. Other than that, what else do we have to know? Then we go on to little troublesome subjects. PSM तो इतना scary है that with PSM I have not kept even medicine. I am saying that 4 or 5 days when you will study PSM, just don't study anything else on this planet because PSM is very very complicated. You need your full focus on PSM only. Then for surgery, only with surgery again. जब surgery पढ़ोगे for almost 6 days, don't do medicine on those days because surgery is going to be quite time consuming. At the max you can link it break के लिए every day थोड़ा थोड़ा orthopedics you can do. ठीक है. Then OBG, because again for OBG I've given good number of days, 5. I've told you don't do medicine on those days. And with OBG छोटा subject at least dermat you can do. तो मतलब 5 days में dermat is what maximum, like most of you watch for short subjects, you watch rapid review videos. Now even if you do like say a 10 hours or 12 hours of dermatology, 5 days में तो easily हो जाएगा. So that will be like a break in between. Gynae से बोर हुए तो बीच बीच में you're gonna do skin. Okay, moving on. Then when the 3 days I've given you for pediatrics works well because by that time ना most of medicine will be covered. तो जब medicine cover हो जाएगा, pediatrics becomes a little easier. Then I've given you, this is a tough one, ENT and anesthesia I've given you to complete in 1 day. That is only possible, matlab half day. That might not be visible to you. I think I might be hiding that part of the screen. I'll just give me a second. Yeah, so I'll just see if I can, yeah, I think this would be better in a way, right? For a minute, we'll move this around. Sorry for that, guys. Okay, so coming back, so ENT and anesthesia is going to be a little problematic, है ना? But करना पड़ेगा. So rapid review उठाओ and keep a target. Half day ENT, half day anesthesia. नहीं हो रहा, keep 1.5 day, but not beyond that. You're not going beyond that, okay? After that, I've given you another 1 day, very, very troublesome 1 day. Why have I given you these short targets? Because when I say na psychiatry padna, I've seen people are sitting with psychiatry for 3 days because they are procrastinating. Aaj thoda sa padha, tomorrow we will study a little. And if you're spending three days on subjects like psychiatry and anesthesia, that is where you are eating up your time unnecessarily. Those 3 days could have been used for doing something like a volatile thing like a biochemistry or a microbiology. So इनके लिए you have to definitely go for rapid review videos and you have to be very very quick, very very selective. छोड़ना नहीं है, but ये भी नहीं that you sit down to do a PhD in subjects like psychiatry, anesthesia. You have to be a little selective over there. And finally, ophthal, I would have said 1 day, but many students find ophthal very difficult. So I've said even if it takes 2 days, कोई बात नहीं. because I know neurophthal is going to give you sleepless nights. So that is a plan which is going to take over somewhere around 45 days plus, but it requires a lot of discipline. And I could have made a lengthier plan, but honestly telling you na, jitna bhi you will study, no matter how much time I give you, you will keep delaying things. So pehle to my advice to you is, please iska ek screenshot le lo, because this is going to be your life for the next 45 days. This is what you have to promise to me that you are going to do. See, medicine after this timetable will also continue. Medicine is something that you're going to do throughout your preparation every day, one day. Like, it should be a routine. Like, you know now that every day you have to wake up at this time, or you have to eat lunch at 2 o'clock. So same way, medicine ka ek routine hai that no matter what may happen in my life, this is one time till the day of my exam, every day 1 hour of medicine I'm going to do, because ek to medicine khatam ho jayega, the big bulky subject will be done. Secondly, medicine integrates you with all 18 subjects. So then you won't have to come back to me and ask me how should I do integrated studies, should I do system wise study. कुछ नहीं करना, बस रोज medicine कर रहे हो, you are doing your integration organically. That is really going to help you. This was just that 10-minute outline that I wanted to give you. After that, obviously, it is open to the house for whatever questions are there. I know there are 2-3 सब्जेक्ट्स जिनका हमेशा पूछा जाता है, बायोकेमिस्ट्री, फार्माकोलॉजी, पीएसएम, ऑफ कोर्स माइक्रो, तो स्कैरी माइक्रो ऑफ कोर्स, एंड इवन एनाटॉमी. व्हाई? बिकॉज दीज आर सिंपल वॉलेटाइल रट्टा सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, एंड दे हैव सो मच ऑफ बल्क टू मग अप that it is very very scary. Not just for you, it is for every student. Trust me, if you are facing any issue in any of these subjects na, it is something which every student preparing for any exam on this planet of medical profession has gone through. So you are just in the same boat. It's just your time to suffer with this from these subjects. So first and foremost, इनमें जो भी problematic है, and for that matter all 19 subjects, your primary focus has to be on rapid review, rapid revision of obviously whichever platform you are following. Rapid revision, if you feel खुद से नहीं हो रहा, then you can obviously take up the Unacademy plan, and then that goes you into a live plan, then you follow that schedule. But rapid review का ये मतलब नहीं होता that you're not going to study anything after that, because rapid review is good if you have a certain foundation in the subject. Like for example, you say that for pathology earlier, maybe 8 months ago or sometime earlier, I had studied full course, but अब I don't have time to study 40-45 hours of patho once again. So now what do I do? Yeah, now you can do rapid review, because thoda sa to your mind has that basic foundation na. But if you come back to me saying that, you know, anatomy I have never ever studied in my life, I always used to hate it and skip it, can I directly jump onto rapid review? That is when your brain will start giving up, because you will feel कि question भी solve नहीं हो रहे. Because when your mind doesn't have that basic foundation and you directly jump onto RR videos, your mind needs a little bit of building blocks, little bit of foundation logic कुछ चाहिए that it can build upon. So my advice is that certain subjects which you will have to analyze. How will I get to know that मेरे वीक सब्जेक्ट्स कौन से हैं? आई नो टुडे मोर देन हाफ ऑफ द डे इज ओवर. कैन ऑल ऑफ यू डू वन टाइनी, आई नो आई एम आस्किंग फॉर टू मच, नॉट अ टाइनी लिटिल रिक्वेस्ट, आई एम आस्किंग फॉर टू मच, एनी प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ योर चॉइस. आज एक ग्रैंड टेस्ट दे दो. आई नो आई एम आस्किंग यू फॉर डूइंग समथिंग वेरी डेडली के ओ माई गॉड अभी से ग्रैंड टेस्ट. आई मीन वी वर थिंकिंग ग्रैंड टेस्ट विल कम, वी विल टॉक अबाउट ग्रैंड टेस्ट समवेयर इन अप्रैल और मे. No, grand test is something that I want you to give today, because only on that one GT, उसे रिव्यू करना नहीं करना, एक्सप्लेनेशन पढ़ना नहीं पढ़ना, टेक इट ऑन यू, बट दैट वन GT ऑफ 300 questions, I'm not making you do to make you assess whether you crossed 150 or not. No, that is not my concern. Just review this much in that grand test, that what are your subjects which are my a little stronger subjects. बिना कुछ preparation के बस एक बार एक GT दे दो. These are my strong subjects. जो strong subjects हैं उनमें I will focus more on the rapid review videos. Whereas which were the subjects, मतलब anatomy के 10 क्वेश्चन आए, मेरे 10 के 10 गलत हो गए. I marked all wrong. So if that is a weak subject and I straight away jump on to rapid review videos, no, then I'll have to do a full video wala thing for these subjects, or I'll have to listen to at least spend 4-5 days. And anyway, for most of these subjects, I have given you 4-5 days. अब 4-5 days में सिर्फ rapid review तो नहीं करना ना. You have to do something over and above the rapid review, right? So that is my advice to you. For everything you can do rapid review. If you're already crossing 150 in your GT today, and you are also getting decent number of questions right at the baseline, go for rapid review. But सब कुछ गलत हो रहा है, 150 क्रॉस नहीं हो रहा है, majority of the topics are going wrong, then for those subjects you'll have to pick up full course. Next, PSM is so volatile, many marks came this time. Dr. Ruxana, PSM is now one big problematic subject that has become, because not only this time, we've seen in the last 3 sessions, इस बार तो हैट्रिक था, 3 sessions back to back, PSM has come like in bulk. Ocean of PSM questions has been thrown towards you guys, and that is not even the worst. Is it is not even an easy PSM question. एक तो ज़्यादा bulk में आया और tough भी आया. The level has gone up because they want you to know more about the community. So yes, preventive and social medicine, you will have to give it extra time. That's why I said now many of you, I the first sentence that I used before starting this timetable was it is open to customization. देखो मैं anatomy 5 दिन में शायद कर लूँ. Someone says that no, what are you doing for 5 days? I need only 4. Someone might say I need 6. One day plus minus. Right now we have that much of time, but it should only be one day plus minus. It shouldn't be that 5 days ka you went on for 10 days and you're only doing anatomy for 10 days and nothing else. Same way, if you feel that this is for people who have read these short subjects earlier, for you I gave you this mega challenge that you should be doing these subjects in one day. If you feel that nahi maine kabhi nahi padha, so take one day for ENT, one day for anesthesia, one day for psychiatry, one day for forensic. Kya hua, 2 दिन extra lag gaye, but at least you got a good hang over the subject. So the first question that I said was, or the first sentence that I said was open to customization. Please, you have to take this screenshot and make this timetable yourself जो लग रहा है, but be realistic. If you are spending 10 days on one subject, this means you are doing something wrong. Either you are reading too much in detail which is not required, or you're not putting in right number of hours. You're just sitting in front of the textbook and not reading that ways, right? Next question. Okay, so Dr. Usman, you can 19 subjects per लिए, very good, that is great, but you're not crossing the 150 mark. So there are multiple reasons for that. See, only 19 subjects का एक बार notes पढ़ लेने से हो जाता तो फिर तो then this would have been the easiest paper. Why is this one of the tougher papers? Because it's not just about reading that is going to take into account. That is why I'm saying, like you're saying that you're getting a 135. Now have you analyzed that where are you losing out on the rest of the marks? कहाँ गलती हो रही है? There are 2-3 very standard mistakes. ऐसा ना कुछ बहुत rocket science नहीं है इस timetable या strategy videos में. It's supposed to be very simple, very basic. I don't know how many of you see the topper videos, because what you're supposed to actually gather from all those success stories and topper videos and people who passed is, you just don't have to look at it that who passed and who didn't and chalo let's sun lete hain. What did you actually get from those success stories was that everyone who crossed 150 or even got good scores above 200, 210, those were the people who went very basic. उन्होंने simple एक चीज बोली that we did our notes and then we did notes मतलब revision, re-revision. They did not stop revising, and then they analyzed their revision with the help of MCQs. So have you ever wondered why did you get that 135? कहाँ गलती हुआ? Where are your subjects which are weak? Are your basic sciences weak? Are your clinical subjects weak? Subject अगर weak नहीं है तो are you going wrong in lengthy questions? Are you going wrong in factual questions? Otherwise, are you going wrong in theory questions or image based questions? You try to put that extra half an hour into a grand test, now you will get to know where your problem is. Problem is that we're not ready to find out and we're not ready to come face to face with our problem. We keep ignoring it. कि नहीं देखते हैं अगले टेस्ट में देखते हैं अगले टेस्ट में देखते हैं. But what is the problem? It's in front of you. You just need to accept it and take it on the face, and you have to start dealing with the problem. तो अगर MCQ solve करने से डर लग रहा है, a lot of students say notes तो मैम हम पढ़ लेते हैं, but when I come down to MCQ solving, I usually have a problem in that situation. So then my advice is that you are supposed to do a certain set of questions every day. You have to, and there is no number. There were students who were even doing 200, 250 questions per day towards the end. I'm not saying कि अभी से you start off with 200, 250 questions every day, because you have to do theory also ना. तो realistic बनो, practical बनो. But yeah, like for example, today I'm just giving a tentative number. Today you did 50, but tomorrow you should not come down to 49. Tomorrow you should try that I should be solving 55. Whatever you're doing, baby steps, slow, little improvements, little moving up the ladder. But yeah, there should be moving up the ladder. Don't keep standing there, don't fall down. Just keep moving up a little, because these little steps that you're taking will pay a lot towards the end. And जब भी notes पढ़ोगे, Always remember, देखो अभी tomorrow ना अभी like I said, these all these strategy and motivational videos ना are very nice. अभी you will start with this and you will say wow, ma'am has given such a nice table, अब तो life set है. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be very charged up and you're going to study, and tomorrow you will definitely follow this timetable, I can guarantee you guys. But what will happen after 2 days and 4 days or 5 days, this timetable will start having a lot of backlog. Then you will start skipping days, then you will start skipping subjects, you will start ignoring some parts of this timetable, and that will happen. That happens with everyone. So the consistency that you have to maintain, agar for example one day you did not get an output, doesn't mean कि timetable बदल दो. Skip that day, never mind, move on. वो one day बाद में time मिलेगा, you'll get time to cover it up. अभी के लिए you focus on whatever your to do list is. So that also means that why are you not able to finish? Many people have this problem कि कल जो subject start होगा ना, that will be studied in so much of detail. Let me study anatomy from ABC app also, and XYZ app also, and this teacher and that rapid revision and so many. Now you guys have 1 million platforms to follow, and let's be honest, this creates a lot of FOMO also in a lot of people. I would have also been in your place. I would have also wanted to click on that button every time and find out that okay, what is being taught in that particular YouTube session and the other one. So pehle to you will have to analyze which methodology suits you. Everyone is not going to be happy with every platform that is available in the market, right? You have to go ahead with what suits you. Something that your friend might be reading might be good for him, but something that the same source might not be good for you. सबका baseline knowledge अलग है, सबका method of learning अलग है. Some people need mnemonics, some people need stories, some people say I don't need mnemonics, I only need conceptual logic. Everyone has a different way, so decide your source on your own basis. जहाँ से समझ आए, समझ भी कैसे पता लगा, जहाँ से क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाए. Wherever you study from, and after that when you sit down to do questions, if you can solve 70% of the questions and above, this means that source is good enough. And trust me, if you are thinking that I will be able to, and one more problem with students have कि notes तो पढ़ा मैम, but notes पढ़ने के बाद I attempted like say 10 questions, 10 में से I only got 7 right, so then I decided that my notes have a problem and I should change my source. I can guarantee you read 5 sources also, 10 on 10 is a very rare event to get. So you need to be happy with the fact that there will be some questions which you will learn from the MCQs. MCQ is not just a test. MCQ is also learning. जैसे notes are going to be for learning ना, MCQ is also for learning. तो MCQ में अपने ऊपर वो pressure डालना बंद करो. That my pressure is that I have to get a 10 on 10 because I just read that topic, I just read the notes. Why am I not getting 10 out of 10 questions right? Because MCQs will also teach you something. You will get some extra information from here and add it back into your notes. That is what you're supposed to do. So don't be harsh on yourself. Don't take MCQs as your judgment level. कि अच्छा, this will tell me if I'll pass or not. No, like if you're learning from the notes, you're learning from the MCQs. This is all a learning process. It is nothing that you're judging yourself on the basis of any marks or any number of MCQs that you're gonna get right. Okay. Dr. Millennial, I've read your question and I've read your query. I'll definitely look into it. Um, जून एग्जाम का लेवल देखो अभी ना, स्टॉप asking this question also to others. Everywhere you will get a different answer. See, tell me one thing. For example, if I say abhi, Dr. Usman, let's be very honest, if I say June is going to be a really really difficult paper, क्या कर लोगे बताओ? Will you start reading some 20th subject out of it? नहीं ना. You will still get up tomorrow morning and you will say अब difficult है या easy है या जो भी है, पढ़ना तो वही है. These are my notes, these are my grand tests, this is my MCQ. I have to study the same thing. So why waste your time in going after rumors of what I have to, what is the level of the exam going to be? This is the same thing. Like you ask NEET PG students, they wasted so much of time in all this postponement का news होगा या नहीं होगा. जो होगा वो तब देखेंगे. But don't waste your time in that. Preparation time is very important ना. उसमें even if it is tough, if someone says it's going to be very very tough, what will you do? Will you start reading anatomy for 20 days up? नहीं ना. फिर भी anatomy 5 days पढ़ोगे, you will practice more questions and you will leave the rest to destiny and to God for to take care of, right? So you have to study in the same manner despite someone saying your paper is going to be tough or paper is going to be easy. You have to follow your timetable, you have to go ahead with the same preparation. So it really doesn't make any difference if someone says easy hoga ya tough hoga. And honestly, no one should be saying that because no one can predict. Could anyone predict that PSM is going to come in bundles and volumes in the exam? No. Did anyone predict? Tell me one thing. Did anyone predict that in the January exam your paper one will be very easy and paper two will be very very tough? ऐसा prediction किसी ने नहीं दिया था because किसी को पता ही नहीं है. No one knows ना. So anyone who's telling you anything about the level being easy or tough is just playing it in the air and you don't have to catch that. Okay, December exam, Dr. Naveen, as of now, no one has given anything about next. It was a draft, it came, it is being revised, and no one has said anything about the December next being implemented or not. So, as of now, whatever is happening, we are still going ahead with the consideration that June may be FMG hai, December may be FMG hai, until and unless they end up giving an end moment notification, which would be a bad thing. But at the same time, you still have to study the same 19 subjects, right? तो अभी के लिए कंसिडर योर सेम नोट्स, योर सेम वीडियोस, योर सेम प्रेपरेशन सोर्स एंड जस्ट स्टडी इट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कि एक एग्जाम है. उस एग्जाम का टाइटल एफएमजी रखेंगे, नीट रखेंगे, नेक्स्ट रखेंगे, वो लोग जाने. हमारा काम है अभी के लिए 19 सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ना है, नॉट वेस्ट टाइम अराउंड व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द टाइटल ऑफ दैट एग्जाम गोइंग टू बी. ओके. What about, yes, any platform, Dr. Abhinandan, any platform that you're using, be it an academy or prep or any other platform that you're using. That's why I said full course videos and rapid review videos. So that means whichever platform you are comfortable from or studying from, you continue using the same. That's my advice to you. Yes, so this is the timetable for December FMG, Dr. Rajesh. I mean, if you can follow it with that much of dedication, usually this much of dedication and number of hours does not fall in when your exam is in December. But if you can manage to do that, trust me, it will be an amazing thing. So if you can, for sure. Are there new batches starting? Of course, Dr. Varun, I was telling everyone in the beginning only that new batches are starting. एक तो full course तो हो चुका है and FMG का batch तो has already started from Feb 10th. As far as patho and micro वो अभी नहीं हुआ है. Patho and micro is going to be conducted from April, एक साथ ही होगा. From April 1st onwards we will first have pathology, then we will have micro, but letting you know in advance because you might feel that April is a little late, ma'am, तब तक क्या patho micro, what is it going to be like? So patho and micro full course has already been conducted, तो वो तो even if you join an academy today, it is available for you to view. What we are going to have in the plus platform in patho and micro in April is going to be a crash course. So that is going to, of course, crash course or rapid review, whatever name or title again you want to give it. I don't go by titles, but basically something which is most important for the exam. That is what is going to be there. Okay, so fine. So yes, guys, I hope anything else, daily targets for Path Micro Punch, I can do that, Dr. Himanshu. For that matter, if you want, if you guys wish, you can also customize this timetable in a way कि Patho और Micro भी नहीं पढ़ेंगे हम अलग से 4 या 7 days हम नहीं देंगे because like we did for the January and the December exam के लिए students के लिए किया था. I used to give them like one class every day to watch. So they used to watch one class in like half an hour and 40 minutes and ऐसे करते करते in 1 month पैथो माइक्रो अपने आप खत्म हो गया था. So if you want, you can do that. If you don't want to study in a scattered manner, I have given you an option that you study for 4 days pathology and 3 days for micro, whatever suits you. I am open to giving you links also. I am ready to work whichever way you want me to. ठीक है. USMLE or first aid helpful or not for FMG? Dr. Naveen, first and foremost, again, it's something like jumping onto a rapid review without having any idea about doing the main videos. So if you've done main videos, if you've done your rapid review and now you want an additional source which you feel could help you in your preparation, then go to first aid for the FMG exam. But ये मत करना कि full course नहीं, I have seen rapid review, I have not seen. Up straight away I'm gonna jump onto first aid and expect that first aid is going to work wonders for me. No, it's not going to do that. Honestly, it will not. So for first aid, you genuinely need a very good base because if you've seen first aid, ek to everything is written very chota chota. It's total bulletized, so they assume that you have a certain baseline knowledge already. So if you finished all the other things, then you can jump to first aid, but not directly. Okay, so Dr. Khyati, micro ka full course and patho ka full course has already been conducted on the platform. That is what I was telling you, na. Path and micro ka full course has been conducted. Now the April wala session will be a crash course. Okay, I'll share the new links, Dr. Khyati. I'll definitely let you know with the new links. Anything else, guys? Anything else that's troubling you? I'm hoping that you are going to make customization in this timetable today, and I am going to see all of you getting started with not necessarily किसी order में start करना है, but depending on whatever your weak or strong subjects are, I'm hoping that all of you are going to take up this 40-45 days at a stretch, right? Um, yes, that would be enough. Dr. Ashish, that marathon is also good enough. Definitely good enough. So what I'll do, I'll make a list for path and micro. आज का time दो मुझे. For path and micro, I'll make a list of all the links, whether it is the links of the special classes or whether it is the links of the plus classes. ठीक है? I'll make a list of all of these things and I'll share with all of you. So then you can decide क्या करना है. ठीक है? From where you want to see it, then you can make that decision. So the updated links I will share by the end of today. अभी date and all, there is no idea, so we won't get into all of that. Anything else that I missed out? Someone said I should teach all 19 subjects. नहीं है, अभी तो path micro ही चल रहा है, but not in the plan. How to get post 150 for people who are stuck in 140. See, people who are stuck in 140s na, just analyze two things. If you feel that this is one of, I don't even call it under preparation, जो 140 से 150 के बीच 149 तक है, they are the people who I just say that that day was not your day. But as simple as that. And sometimes you have to accept. You don't wake up every morning and have the same day every day. Some days are good and some days are bad, and that day was just bad for you guys. That's it. There is no problem in your preparation. There is no problem in your ability to solve questions. You were doing well. Everything was doing going well. But then all days in life are not going to be same, and that is applicable to the rest of your life. Some days you will feel like a 200. Some days you will feel like a 149, and that is how life is. तो अब क्या करना है? You don't have to. You were between 140 149. This means notes तो बिल्कुल ठीक पढ़ा. But now that all that you have to do is you have to just erase that memory of whatever happened. Don't carry any backlog with you. Don't carry any baggage of that exam with you. Bhul jao, whatever happened has happened. Take it in a positive way, in the sense easier said than done. I know it's very depressing, 140 to 149. You feel every day that what if 2 marks extra, or what if 3 marks extra would have come. It's very unfortunate, very heartbreaking, definitely there. But you have to come to a point where you forget it. You will have to forget it like a bad dream. You will have to move forward so that again this does not repeat, and this time you're not stuck somewhere around a 150. This time you are able to keep that margin कि you should be scoring somewhere around a 180 plus. That exam में अगर recall videos में 10-12 क्वेश्चन गलत भी हो गए, so big deal, I'm still somewhere near 180, then that 150 marginal thing is not gonna affect me only. So how do you do that? Notes का revision same start कर दो, increase the number of MCQs that you're doing, and while you're doing MCQs, guys, start time management. That is also something that I've seen in the exam, because when lengthy questions have started coming, especially in paper 2, people are becoming very panicky, and that is the reason कि कुछ questions के लिए time नहीं बचता and all of that. So now forget whatever happened and start afresh on a positive note that this time is going to be your day. It's going to be your the session, the entire exam. You're going to own the session like a king or a queen. Okay, that should be your motive going forward. So just forget what happened. अपने MCQs and अपने notes continue करो. Okay. How to handle silly mistakes? Firstly, देखो एग्जाम में तो कुछ कुछ silly mistakes सबसे होता है. Again, I somehow feel that we end up being a little harsh on ourselves. But how to avoid silly mistakes right now है सबसे पहले तो अपना phone छोड़ दो. In the sense that all of you I have seen, while because many of you are practicing questions also on your phone only, maybe on apps or some other. So try to practice your questions on that kind of a device जहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है that you are giving a paper and on top you are getting Instagram notifications that a friend of yours has shared reels with you, and maybe you're toggling between multiple screens and going on with it, right? So सबसे पहले your full concentration has to be only in that question that is in front of you and not in what your friend is sending you. Or maybe, I've seen so many students in the library also in Gautam Nagar. I've seen them doing this. Across the table they're sitting and studying and also sending each other a little bit of Instagram reels. That is good. That is a stress buster. Very good. But agar if you're solving questions, The first thing that you have to do is your concentration has to be on that question only. So maybe you're solving only 10 questions. It's going to take 10 minutes, but those 10 minutes you should not be talking or thinking about anything else on this planet but those 10 questions. Get into that habit. Why? Because you're training your brain to be more alert, to be more focused. And that focus will help you in the exam. And one more thing, guys, many of you have that, it's a very, very fancy Pomodoro technique. Everyone must have heard of. Study for say 20 minutes, take a 10-minute break. अच्छा टेक्निक है, सुनने में अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा काम करता है, but exam में no one allows you to study for 20 minutes and take a 10 minutes break and then give questions for 20 minutes and 10 minutes break. This does not happen in the exam, unfortunately. So you also have to train your brain to sit and be alert for 3 hours at a stretch. 3 hours, your brain should have the ability of working in the same manner as it was working at the beginning. First minute में जो alertness था वो 3 hours में भी वही alertness होना चाहिए. That in the exam they're not going to give you, okay, you've solved 10 questions, ठीक है, take a 5-minute baby break and come back. Unfortunately for medicals it does not happen that way. So for every question your level of alertness has to be the same. So now I'm not saying कि अभी से you sit down and study 3, 3, 4 hours at a stretch. If you can, very good, but at least start that journey. Stop doing 1 hour and then 40 minutes break, because how that 40-minute breaks turns into a 2 hour break, no one gets to know. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours at a stretch अभी से थोड़ा आदत डालो, right? Okay, so yes, December FMG के लिए, December FMG के लिए तो of course, I mean, whatever we are doing right now is for December also. I mean, there is no segregation. Path will remain the same, micro will remain the same, the crash course will also remain the same, and so you have to study again in the same manner like students are studying. And acha, you study with students who are preparing for the June exam. That's the best way. Find a study partner or get along and get in touch with students who are studying for the June exam, because they will obviously be studying in like full speed, and with them you will also in a way end up finishing 2 3 revisions of your course by June only. So consider your exam is in June and get going with them in that journey. I mean, they will also not mind, they've got an extra study partner, and you will end up finishing your syllabus in a much timely manner. Okay. Yes, 128 in your first attempt. As I said, matlab, see, even if you got a 128 or a 130 or a 140, anything below a 150 is exactly why you are here in this session. And there is nothing extra that a 128 has to do or a 110 has to do or a 140 has to do. सबके लिए कॉन्सेप्ट वही है, नोट्स पढ़ना है, एमसीक्यू पढ़ना है. एंड लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, notes, either you're going to do rapid review if you are strong in a subject, or you're going to do full course videos if you're in a weak in a subject. That is the entire concept behind it, right? So after doing notes, how do you assess yourself? You do questions, you do MCQs. MCQs में जो ठीक आएगा very good, जो नहीं ठीक है you go back and you add that in your notes. But one more problem, MCQs में ना bookmarking and addition. Sometimes there are some MCQs where you're just supposed to know the answer and move on. You don't have to go into every little detail of the explanation and make your notes like one big fat register. You don't have to do that. You have to understand that some questions have just been given to make the paper a little tougher, to make my brain think in a different manner. So pick up the salient picture or the point out of that question and add it in your notes. It should be 1 or 2 sentences only. Don't start adding pages and pages in your notes, because people who've given the January exam, you guys know that in the end, 1 month revision is such a major task. And if you have a notes copy that is like some thousand pages wala copy, so no one is going to be revising it. You need something very concise, very handy, on the go kind of notes you need. So stop making your notes bulky by adding everything that everyone on this planet is telling you. Pick up salient features and add that to your notes if needed. Okay. So yes, I hope everyone, I can take that as a promise. Are we starting with at least some part of this timetable tomorrow? Whatever customization you want to do should be done today. So what are the things that you have to do today? Firstly, you have to customize this timetable. I give you half an hour for doing that. All of you are gonna make it as per your own wish, whatever you feel, howsoever many days you need. So you're gonna make this. I've given you certain time slots at the top of the timetable. Maybe that can help you. I've given you adequate breaks also, half an hour, 1 hour in between, so that you know you can study in that manner. But again, decide as per your sleep time, your routine of the day, make a timetable. पहले तो half an hour में ये finalize कर लो. Second thing that you have to do, all of you, you're not wasting today's day. You are giving a grand test, irrespective of whether you got 100 or 110 or 140 or whatever. Whatever was your marks, or even if you feel I have never studied anything, why is ma'am telling me to give a grand test? कोई बात नहीं. This will be your baseline grand test. This is the grand test that you will look back to after like 45 days and laugh at कि अच्छा that time I didn't even know this is so simple. So this is going to be like, like you see all those motivational and transition videos. This is going to be your transition event, that you're going to give that grand test today, and then 45 days later when you will have all your subjects done, you're going to look back at this grand test and laugh that I did not even know this information and now I do. So it will give you a very good feeling at the end of it. So please guys, a grand test though, and just analyze what are your weak and what are your strong subjects. Then you analyze, okay, where you want to do the rapid review videos and where you want to go ahead with the full course. Yes. So for everyone who's joined in now, as I said, whether you got a 110 or a 120 or a 140, this is the timetable that you're doing. Notes, RR, MCQ. No rocket science strategy is what I came up for. This was just to talk to you and give you a timetable and give you a line of action, that just stop sulking over whatever marks you had, and stop even telling anyone whatever marks you had, right? I know with me you are sharing because you feel that you want some advice, but just forget it. It never happened, right? It never ever happened. Whatever is going to happen now. So now you're going to go ahead and start the studies, and now you're going to cross that 150, and that is the result that you would be telling everyone. So just forget whatever happened in Jan. Stop blaming anyone and anything. But if something goes wrong in June, then it's only this time that you would be blaming, that you gave up on. So this is the time that you have to utilize, and that you can only utilize if you don't have that baggage on your mind, that what happened on that day, dobara to nahi hoga and all of that. No one has control over what is going to happen on that day, so might as well just study and maintain your mental sanity, right? Yes. So I hope I've been able to answer most of your queries. And as I said, from today onwards, no one should come to me and say that I got 110, 120, 130. You should be coming to me and saying, ma'am, I have started my preparation. I am studying over and above my ability. And this time, I'm not even praying. I am definite that I will cross a 150. That is the positivity that you have to have, because abhi it is a long journey, guys. You have over 3.5 months in hand. You have to be positive, because that is what will keep your boat sailing. Otherwise, there are going to be so many bad days and good days in this journey. There are going to be many happy and more than happy, many sad and depressing moments in this journey. So if you start this only on a depressing note, then the rest of the journey is going to become very difficult, and I don't want that to happen for all of you. I want all of you should also study, but you, it's very important that you keep your, because end में तो देखो 1 month तो सबको problem होता है. Everyone has anxiety, everyone has panic attacks, everyone has palpitations. Each and every student goes through that. No one stays calm in the last 30 days. So that time will come. Don't make that time, prepone that time to now. Abhi, with a calm and cool and composed mind, just finish off your subjects once. Dr. Mahesh, we've already discussed about the December exam as well, so I hope you got your answers earlier, and I suppose we have already answered the rest of the questions. So yes, we also had a few NEET PG students and students who are preparing for the final lab. खुद से पढ़ाई हो रहा है तो करो, नहीं हो रहा then of course you have whatever TNDs are available on the platform. Sometimes, if you're not able to study on your own, instead of just giving up on your book, start listening to some class. That is known as passive learning. Point है that you have to keep studying. Now you study it yourself, you study it from some class, you study it from some PDF, from some friend. The point is that the information should go into your brain, howsoever it's going, and whosoever is putting it into your brain does not matter. Information should be inside your brain, right? So yeah, that is the plan, and you can always go ahead and take up the TND. For most of the NEET PG students, I have told you patho micro ka to TND ही करना है for the NEET exam. So yes, that is what is available on the platform. Yes. So we've got some students also who've joined in, and they've just recently passed, and I'm glad that you've joined in, because I think that will give a lot of motivation to your juniors also. That is going to give a lot of motivation to the students and your friends who are preparing, because you actually come across your colleagues who have cleared the exam, and you will actually realize, and they will also suggest the same to you, that there was no out of the box strategy that they went for. There is not any some magic element that any of the people who passed that they got. Everyone who passed went very basic, very basic notes, revision, MCQs, and that's about it. Again and again and again, the same notes. Till the time you get sick of those notes, you do them again and again. Till the time you know कि अच्छा फर्स्ट पेज के लेफ्ट कॉर्नर में ये वर्ड लिखा था, till then you are supposed to read those notes again and again and again. So yes, and also if all, I'm glad that all the students who've passed, it is your moral responsibility that you have to help your juniors, help your colleagues, help your friends, and yes, I'm glad that you all are doing that. So thank you so much guys for joining in. Acha, one more thing, I think there was yeah, there is also, we might have some new kids on the block, means the students who are preparing for the next exam as and when it will happen. So for you guys, yes, there is a new batch that is starting from Feb 28th, which is going to be a full course batch of all the 19 subjects, and it's going to have integrated dual educator sessions also. So that is going to be the 2023 wala, matlab, we might have next or might not have next, but that is for the later part. So if you're planning for next year exams and beyond, this is what is something that you could go ahead with, because this will have all the integrations. Also, that will also have the NEET PG Vitals. What is NEET PG Vitals? So all of you, I know you love live classes, but you also wanted recorded sessions. So all of us have recorded NEET PG Vitals for you. These are the recordings of all the 19 subjects which have been done by all the 19 educators, right? Okay. Fine. So thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And I hope this session has been useful in getting you back on track. But I'll keep that check on you guys, and I'll make sure that I ask you after a few days whether you're ideally in the next 5 days your anatomy should be over. So I'm going to ask you after 5 days whether you genuinely followed this timetable. And I am pretty confident that you guys are going to follow it, customize it as per your own needs and demands, and you're going to follow this and come back with some amazing results. At least after 5 days, one subject will be done. I'm very confident about it. Right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Study well. Give a grand test. Don't be scared of grand tests, and let me know how much did this help you. I don't want to know your score right now. I just want you to know, were you able to segregate the weak and the strong subjects. That's the purpose of today's GT. So yes, thank you so much, and for joining in this session. I'll see you soon.